This is big. It's very rare to have a player come out and tell the media how it is, but this time it's different. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Joe Gomez has opened the door to a potential Liverpool exit this summer after making a hugely revealing admission over his future. And with contract talks elsewhere at the club beginning to stall, the uncertainty around Anfield is only growing. The 28-year-old, who has been at Liverpool since 2015, admitted he has no clear idea what comes next, amid increasing speculation surrounding his long-term future on Merseyside. "I think anything can happen. I don't know," is the honest answer, Gomez admitted when asked about his future. "I've only got a year left, so I don't know, but whatever is meant to be will be, I guess." It's a statement that will immediately spark concern among supporters, especially given Gomez's emotional reflection on his time at the club. "But I'm so grateful to have had this time here at this club," he continued. "I'll always be grateful to have had 11 years at a place like this. All I can do is be thankful, and we'll see." Despite being Liverpool's longest-serving player, Gomez has once again found himself battling for consistent minutes under Arne Slot. Injuries have disrupted his momentum throughout the campaign, while Ibrahima Konate has remained the preferred option alongside Virgil van Dijk in central defence. And with defensive reinforcements arriving this summer, including Jeremy Jacquet and the returning Giovanni Leone, competition is only set to intensify. This isn't the first time Gomez has come close to leaving Anfield either. Last summer, AC Milan reportedly made a £30 million move for the defender, with respected journalist Gianluca Di Marzio claiming Gomez was ready to leave. The deal ultimately collapsed after Liverpool failed to secure a replacement in Marc Guehi before deadline day. Now though, with uncertainty surrounding Konate's own future, the situation has become even more complicated. Although Konate previously hinted that a new Liverpool deal was close, journalist David Ornstein has since revealed negotiations are no longer progressing smoothly. The situation is still at a stalemate, and it's not looking particularly positive, Ornstein explained, although until either side walks away, there is still hope, of course, that could reach a positive conclusion for him to stay at Anfield. That latest update could have a major knock-on effect for Gomez. If Konate were to leave, Liverpool may suddenly view Gomez as a crucial piece of experience and depth. But if the Frenchman stays and new arrivals continue to pile in, Gomez could finally decide the time is right to move on. Whatever happens next, Gomez's Liverpool story has already been filled with silverware, resilience, and moments of real quality. But after his latest comments, an emotional summer exit now feels more possible than ever. With uncertainty continuing to surround both Joe Gomez and Ibrahima Konate, Liverpool suddenly find themselves facing the possibility of a major defensive overhaul this summer. Gomez's latest admission has only intensified the speculation, and for the first time in a long while, an Anfield exit genuinely feels like a realistic outcome for the club's longest-serving player. After arriving as a teenager back in 2015, Gomez has experienced everything at Liverpool: Premier League glory, Champions League success, devastating injuries and countless comeback attempts. But despite remaining a respected figure within the squad, regular opportunities have continued to slip away, and with new defenders arriving, the competition is only becoming fiercer. Much could now depend on what happens with Konate's stalled contract situation. If the Frenchman departs, Liverpool may see Gomez as an important experienced option to keep around. But if Konate stays and Arne Slot pushes ahead with defensive reinforcements, Gomez could finally decide that the timing is right to begin a new chapter elsewhere. Whatever happens, his legacy at Liverpool was already secure. But after his emotional comments and the growing uncertainty behind the scenes, this summer is shaping up to be one of the biggest turning points of his Anfield career. In other news, According to reports from the Mail's Matt Barlow, Jarrod Bowen has emerged as a serious target for Liverpool, with the Reds described as strong contenders to land the West Ham star this summer. Bowen has once again been one of the few bright sparks in a difficult season for West Ham United, producing 10 goals and 11 assists despite the club's struggles near the bottom of the table. The report claims Liverpool's admiration for Bowen stretches back years, and with the possibility of West Ham suffering relegation, the door could finally open for a blockbuster move to Anfield. On paper, the England international ticks several boxes. He's homegrown, proven in the Premier League, naturally plays off the right-hand side, and much like Salah, cuts inside onto his stronger left foot. But despite the growing speculation, there are still major doubts over whether Liverpool would actually make the move happen. At 29 years old by the start of next season, Bowen doesn't exactly fit the typical recruitment profile under Fenway Sports Group. Liverpool's model has traditionally focused on signing younger players with long-term resale value, and spending huge money on a player approaching 30 would represent a major shift in strategy. That has led many to believe this latest rumour may be coming from the players' side rather than Liverpool themselves, especially with uncertainty growing around West Ham's future. But Bowen isn't the only Premier League winger Liverpool are being linked with. Anthony Gordon has once again seen his future thrown into doubt after comments made by Eddie Howe following Newcastle's recent draw against Nottingham Forest. Gordon was heavily linked with Liverpool back in 2024, with reports at the time claiming a £75 million deal had been agreed before collapsing late on. That proposed move would also have involved Joe Gomez heading to Newcastle as part of a PSR-driven solution. Now, fresh questions are being asked after Gordon failed to get off the bench in Newcastle's 1-1 draw, and Howe's explanation raised eyebrows. The Newcastle boss admitted the decision was tactical, insisting the team had looked more solid defensively without Gordon in the side. But it was one particular line that immediately caught attention. "I'm also looking at the future as well." That comment has sparked fresh speculation that Gordon's long-term future may lie away from Tyneside, especially after a frustrating second half of the season for the former Everton winger. However, despite Liverpool's historic interest, hopes of a move back to Merseyside appear to have cooled significantly. According to the Athletic journalist James Pearce, Liverpool currently have no plans to revive their pursuit of Gordon this summer. Instead, Bayern Munich are now believed to be leading the race for the Newcastle attacker, who remains one of the most versatile wide players in the Premier League after featuring across the entire front line this season. With Liverpool expected to reshape their attack in a huge summer window, the links to Bowen and Gordon suggest the club are exploring every possible option. But whether either player actually arrives at Anfield is another story entirely.